as you open this door and step into the room, you're in the middle of the ocean. And there's storm clouds all around, so you see no land or anything else. It's just ocean.
This is fine.
And you're not walking on the water, but you're walking on something that feels soft and like mushy, but you're only about half a foot deep in the water. So you don't feel like you're drowning or anything, but it's very humid and foggy around here, so Kastan and Verkus are just completely unmoored. And standing about 20 feet from you is a big glowing like sphere that's kind of shimmering and like translucent, and in front of it is the ghostly visage of Decay and Mol'Karrian, still in old man Jir'Haniya form. That is what you all see.
All right.
What about myself and Kastan?
You guys just feel like you stepped into the ocean, and you feel like you're barely able to, like, you feel like the water's rising up on you, and you're just panicking.
Huh.
Yeah, it's so disconcerting to suddenly be underground and then suddenly be in this weird waterway with no land around that you don't even notice until you guys kind of calm down. You don't notice the sphere or Mol'Karrian.
You see Kastan just kind of like falls to the floor and starts trying to like swim to the surface. And like trying to like not breathe so he doesn't drown.
Yeah.
Lots of panicking, but it's relatively quiet for what you would expect from Kastan because he thinks he's underwater.
Verkus is screaming like her, but doing the same thing as Kastan.
You hear in your head, Verkus.
Am I about to silence my party? Like,
just on the floor, like
I grab Verkus by the back of the armor and I pick him up.
Verkus, being out of the water where there's none on you with Eremos holding you, you are able to start slowly calming down and taking in your surroundings a little more logically.
I'll use my telekinesis to lift Kastan up 5 feet in the air so he's not in the water anymore.
I look around at it all.
I'm doing the same thing that Armos is doing, but it looks like my mage hand is just lifting Kastan.
And you guys just see the old man Jir'Haniya Mol'Karrian just watching.
He almost drowned me.
Are you not entertained?
That's what Verkus is doing to Mol'Karrian.
Kastan's just hanging from the mage hand, like
just dangling. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. So at this moment,
do you want to use your Zephyr Strike?
No, that's already been gone because it's been over a minute.
Oh,
but, Verkus at that point was just about to unclasp his cast-off armor, thinking it would like weigh him down. And as he's picked up, just lets it go and just
does the armor just fall into the water?
Yep, just falls and just
in your pantaloons, your underwear.
Yep.
Do we see the scar that you had mentioned from the attack with the orcs or whatever it was?
Oh yeah, absolutely. There is a noticeable
crater
scar
in your thigh.
In the right thigh. Looks like damage from a nasty arrow.
I'll remember to paint this.
Immediately, like Verkus gets up and like takes the cast-off armor back on, quickly dons it.
All right.
Still like hanging from the mage hand. I'm like, Ty, you should fill that crater with a moon.
Make an appropriate sized little moon this time and put it there.
Since Verkus is standing on his own 2 feet on this soft surface, I get down on a knee and like touch it and try to ascertain what we're standing on.
It's not like anything you've ever felt before. It's weird because like when you press your hand on it, it feels solid, like kind of like wet dirt. But like you can press your hand further in, and it just feels like your hand's going deeper underwater. Like it's almost like you can tell it whether to be solid or not. Like it's a very weird, ethereal substance, you know.
Almost like oobleck.
Yeah.
That's
not the kind of water I'm used to, but it's fine. We're in the ocean.
I looked around. Are we on like a bridge, or is all of the water surface like this?
All the water surface like this. And again, you guys can only see about 35, 40 feet in any given direction just because of these very oppressive, dark, like gray clouds around you. Oh, Eremos, you're muted. Sorry.
Does Mol'Karrian look like he's just the same old dude? He doesn't look again any different than the other ones?
He looks distinctly like a ghost right now. He's very see-through, and just like he looks like kind of like a spirit projection there.
And he's floating in front of a giant bright sphere, like a sun.
So
A very
it's
small sun. Or...
actually it's not bright. It's more like it looks like a giant, like either a drop of like silvery water, almost like a drop of mercury floating there, or like just a piece of glass that's liquid. It's about like 20 feet in diameter, so it's kind of big and just floating there behind him. That looks like it's actually physically there in this area with you guys, but Mol'Karrian looks like a ghost very much.
I approach Mol'Karrian and the sphere.
He just nods. He just nods at you respectfully.
Are you another vestige of yourself?
He stops for a moment and goes, "It's hard to tell at this point. I think I may be all of me, or all that remains. What hasn't been ripped away as you've ventured here to the center of the Mound of Mol'Karrian."
Have we been defeating your previous vestiges?
Defeating, overpowering, going around like an obstacle, yes.
But not vanquishing from you as a whole.
Freeing, maybe?
He's ready to die. Yeah, that's what he said.
I think vanquish is a strange term, but lay to rest is what is likely to happen now.
Are we releasing the various aspects of your persona, yourself?
I am just here to make sure that you understand what you're about to do. I will tell you a word, a magical word.
Please.
Its only power is here. No, if a simple please was all that it took, this would have ended 10 sessions ago.
Just the fact that Keston and I both said that at the same time.
That is epic.
Just made me happy.
I dropped Keston so he falls into the water. I'm just like, please.
You hear in your head, tide help. I can't swim.
Just his head.
Actually, the Decay Mol'Karrian kind of looks at Keston and goes, I hope this image here isn't frightening. Would you like me to change it?
I can't swim. Please.
Yeah, oh, my apologies. And suddenly you guys are standing in the middle of a desert. Just sand dunes, very low sand dunes.
I don't like this.
There's kind of just like a sandstorm all around you guys, so you can't really see again beyond like a 30-foot radius, but you're just in a desert. You're just standing on sand now.
Just better for you, Keston.
It's still not great, but I'm not drowning.
Yeah. So the sphere is exactly the same as it was, unchanged. But Mol'Karrian goes, the word I shall tell you, I don't believe it has power anywhere outside of here, but doesn't matter. I've explained to you all. I feel like you understand the risks here. And after our talk on the mountaintop, you all have convinced me.
You weren't there, because this was before we went sledding.
Yes, the reason I talked to you three was that your friend Verkus here is so persuasive. I was worried that he might deter you all with his charisma. I wanted everyone to understand the risks. Now that all four of you understand, when you speak the word, the mound's protective barriers will vanish. You will find what you've sought. I will be laid to rest, and hopefully the world will survive what is to come. Do you all want to hear the word?
Yes.
Is it something that we use later, or is it something for here?
Right now.
Yes, I will tell you the word, and when each of you four has spoken it, I will vanish forever. This sphere behind me will open up, You will get what you have sought, for better or for worse.
Can I do like an insight on this?
You
Yeah,
sure can.
same.
You
mind
sure
if I
can.
do
Kastan fully
I'll do a
trusted.
divine sense as well.
Okay. Now, Eremos, divine sense is going to be like detection of good and evil. Or
Celestial, fiend, fey, undead within 60 feet.
you get that he's like a fragment of a dead person's mind, so technically undead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a 19.
24.
Cool. So actually, I set the DC for this pretty high. So tied with a 19, you're a little bit suspicious. But Verkus with a 24, based on all the hoops you've jumped through and everything, and how he's really not sugarcoating that this is dangerous, but he's kind of given up. You trust him that, yeah, saying this word's going to make him go away and give you all what you've sought, but that he still doesn't fully believe that this is a good thing, but he's kind of over fighting you guys on it. So
Can I approach him?
Sure.
I want to approach him, and I just want to like put my hands on his shoulders.
he's a
If that's
ghost, so it just
possible.
kind of you just kind of don't feel
Yeah,
anything.
Kastan's just doing one of these while I'm trying to say this stuff.
He kind of awkwardly
trying to
goes
get
to
a
like
rip-
do
a
the
grip.
same to you, and nothing happens. He just
Our
kind of
arms are just going like this, but like through
Yes.
each other.
you're just kind of
Perfect.
patting into each other's shoulders awkwardly. But yes,
Yeah, Kastan definitely finds this comforting. And and before he shares this word with us, I'll just say, I want to be sure that you're going to be at peace when this happens, because we're laying you to rest, and I know that there's a lot of concern surrounding what will happen after whatever's in that orb, ball, whatever that is unleashed. And I want you to try and trust the four of us. I don't think that we've done anything that shows you that we are any kind of danger or any kind of malevolent force. So whatever's in here, I'm sure that we can be entrusted with, and we'll be sure to protect it from others, because if like we've said before, if we can get in here, others can as well. And maybe their intent isn't going to be as honorable as ours.
he kind of awkwardly. It looks like he tries to like stroke your chin, but it just kind of goes through your face, and he goes, "I do believe that your intentions are good. I just know that the intentions of the things I built are not. So I hope that the good that you bring here will not be drowned by the darkness within that."
What is that?
It is, I believe, the core of the mound, which I built to contain the magical items that I brought to life, and I wish I had not.
What do you mean brought to life?
It's a bunch of flying swords.
No, not flying sword. Nothing as simple as that. No,
Opens.
we were facing grave threats many years ago when I lived, and I was trying to find some way to overpower all of them, and I was successful, but it came at too great a cost, which is why I've built this whole place. Inside, I believe there may be some clues and information about other things of note. In Jir'Haniya, perhaps, there's it's been a long time, so but I know that within there is a suit of armor, a ring, a dagger, and a bow, along with a few additional other things that I don't remember because it's been so long, but you will find at least 4 items in there. And
Are they meant to work in tandem, or are they just individually great magical items?
either way, it's ironic that there are 4, and there are 4 of you. I would split them up because each of them takes a heavy toll on its user.
Oh.
And again, I do believe that in most cases, the doom and the risk thereof will outweigh the possible victories that come with using them.
How does it take a toll?
The magic inside can be quite powerful. It is powered by and amplified by the user's very soul. Once something has been used, much as oil can fuel a fire, once something is used, it is burned up. It is gone.
So our soul is gone. What does that
Yes.
do to our body?
Well, in gameplay, not kidding. Well, he looks at you and goes, "What is a body without a soul?"
The corpse.
Uh-huh.
Might still be something that can be used.
So these are
He kind
items
of
that
he
can
looks at
be
the four of
sparingly-
you and says, "When I realized what I'd created, I tried to create the mound to bury it, and I used these items to help me craft the mound, and you've seen what it's become. Outside of my control, my very own prison of sorts."
But if you're saying that these items are fueled by the soul of the user, wouldn't the goodness or badness of the soul have any kind of influence on the effect that the item would have overall?
Power can be wielded in any way. It simply strips away the soul in order to achieve such power. It could use a benevolent soul, a wicked soul. Does it ultimately matter?
Is it something where when you tap into its power a single time, the soul is gone? Or is it, as you said, like adding oil to a fire where it's a slow burn?
Every time you use these items, there will usually be a short-term negative, but there is always the risk of a permanent longer-term negative.
Got it.
And over time, if those were to accumulate, I fear it may undo you completely.
Understood.
You clearly didn't find a way to do anything else with these items. They seem to be too powerful to store in any other way or even destroy.
I wonder if that's
you-
something that we would be able to bring to someone maybe more knowledgeable about magic item craft, and they would be able to
Well, that's what I'm
hone
thinking.
these
If
items a bit better.
that's what I'm thinking, Mol'Karrian was. He himself is a crafter of magic items. Probably
But
one
from a
of the
long
better.
time ago,
There might be new things now.
advancements within magical item crafting, magical technology, whatever it may be.
Is
I
there
think that
Is there
with the
anything else?
advancements that have been made, we might be able to at least give it a shot.
Is there anything else you can? Any way you can direct us towards the research that you had acquired for these, maybe to help us find another way of disposing of these items, as dangerous as they are? Because the reason there are 4 items, there are 4 of us. It seems like the fates keep aligning us to protect these items from something more malicious.
I thought the fates were directing me to create them. Be careful believing in prophecies and fate. But to answer your question, my memory has been tarnished and scrambled by this place, but any concrete, trustworthy vestiges of my research, I assume will be inside the sphere along with the items. And I truly hope you can decipher it and that there is someone in your world who is able to help. I truly do.
Better be someone trustworthy.
Yes, and unfortunately, it will be your responsibility to make sure they are trustworthy.
Do you know of a way to destroy these items? So, say we are able to utilize them, not die a horrible death from what it sounds like, but after saving the world and whatnot, and say somehow we all survive, how do we destroy them so that we don't have to then build our own little Mound of Verkus, Mound of Kastan, Mound of Tide, Mound of Eros?
Mound
Young
of
think I
man,
built a
you ask a
forest.
good question, but I'm having trouble hearing you. Can you speak up?
Your mic.
Can you move your mic down, Charles?
Is it better?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ah, much better.
I had the
Like the input down by accident.
I had it down because I had my fan on.
Ah,
'Cause
okay.
It's
toasty.
hot.
Yes.
hot. I don't like
Yes.
heat.
Me neither.
Me neither.
Did you catch what I said?
I did. I was able to
Okay,
hear it. So
I
it's all good.
apologize.
No, you're good. For the audio recording, I can boost that little section. So, Mol'Karrian looks at you and goes, "I wish I had an answer to that. I, of course, tried to destroy these before I resorted to building this mound. So, if you can stop whatever threat remains in your world, I hope that it affords you some way to destroy these, lest you be stricken with the same fate that I have endured. Which does bring me to the weariness of what shriveled bit is left of my soul. I am weary. And when the four of you speak the word, Tutulmaji, this will all be over for me."
Do you have to do this in unison or?
We're here.
No. As long as all four of you speak it. He kind of leans his head down like he's tired, ready to go to sleep.
Yeah.
I mean, you've definitely done your part. You did what you could. This is the solution you thought, but to an extent, it also left your items vulnerable to not so righteous folk to come here. I think it's time for you to rest and us to take on the mantle. As dangerous as it may be, there's new research here on magic. It might be after your time, and I hope that we can find a way to deal with these items when the time comes.
May Bahamut protect us and preserve our life forces. I take a knee and I say, Tuamaji.
He grows a little bit fainter as Eremos says the word. Then he kind of looks at the other three of you and goes, "Everyone has to say it."
Verkus approaches him and just. I once told you I can sense a lie. I am quite the liar myself. But Kastan, just you know this at this point.
You wouldn't dare.
But
He looks at Verkus and he looks at Castana and goes, "Is this going to be an issue?"
But I want you to know that the story that you crafted for us, the journey we've had in your mound, was. He just pauses like,
I know it gave you all many hours of fun.
but
Your mound was enjoyable.
Going to the deepest depths of your mound.
but
Oh boy.
within this plane of existence, you took four individuals that really didn't know each other and forged an alliance and forged friendship, forged a brotherhood. Know that your story lives on. So Mol'Karrian, Tutulmaji.
He grows even fainter, but you can still see shimmering gratitude in his eyes as he nods at you, very thankful.
He tries to like clap him on the back and then like biffs and
Smacks himself in the face.
Yeah.
Gaston.
I think just already having spoken to him earlier and promising him that we would take care of these items as best we can and protect them and use them for the best of intentions, best of purposes. Gaston will just look at him and say the word Chuchulmaji.
And I think like I'll just one final magic to magic. My mage hand will put a hand on his shoulder. I'll druid craft some like smells for him, some like naturey, more like grassy, like a breeze, kind of make him comfortable.
Ooh, I'll also druid craft like the warmth of sun on his face.
I'll thumb it.
You
I'll
hear
use
him
thumb
go.
it.
You hear him go. Ah, that reminds me of home.
I'll use thaumaturgy to create the sound of like gentle rain against the window.
You see him smile.
And then as a one final go, I'll cast guidance on him, whether or not it helps him in the future, but then I'll say the words to Tomashi.
As Tide says it, I'll cast Bless on the four of us.
Nice. Well, he suddenly, as soon as the syllables leave Tide's mouth, he just vanishes, and you guys see the orb start to shake, the big sphere there, and suddenly it explodes in a blinding flash of light. And suddenly you guys are standing in a dark stone room, about the same size as your visibility was earlier. And it looks like a very tattered, kind of rundown old little workstation. Like it suddenly looks very small and unextraordinary, unlike the rest of the mound. You do all feel not necessarily pain, but like just a weird kind of dull soreness. And I'll let you choose for each of you 3 points in your body where shards of that sphere embedded inside of you.
Did it like exploded outward?
Correct.
Both shoulders and sternum.
Copy. How about the other 3 of you?
Shoulder, hip, knee.
Got it.
I probably got like my right shoulder, somewhere in my like abdomen area, and like my thigh.
Okay.
Say my thigh where the scar is.
Nice.
The left shoulder where he has the dragon fang that is tied to his armor.
Nice.
And then his chest, his chest inches from his heart.
Okay. Well, as you all realize that 3 little pieces of this exploded sphere landed inside of you, you all just get a strange sense that you can, again, there's 3 of these pieces inside of you. You can touch one of those pieces or the skin right above where it's embedded inside of you and kind of will it to dissipate, and that will give you a boost to your power for 30 seconds, but then afterwards you will be very tired. Your characters just kind of intuit this. How that translates into gameplay is that these 3 little shards inside of you, you can touch them as not even a bonus action, just a free action, to gain +2 d6 to any dice rolls for 30 seconds. But when that 30 seconds ends, you take 1d4 +1 levels of exhaustion.
I mean, it's not enough to die. You need, I think, 6 levels to die.
So if you
Correct.
already have a level of exhaustion and you roll really bad,
Correct.
you could just be like, I'm all half.
I forget. Do levels of exhaustion, do they all go away at a long rest, or just like one go away at a long rest?
One at a time.
One at a
Okay,
time.
I thought so.
Ooh.
But wait, there's more.
No.
Actually, so those are the 3 things from the shards. Now, you guys start looking around at this little room that you're in now. You do find a map of Jir'Haniya on the wall, and the outline of the terrain looks the same. And most of the major landmarks are there, but it looks like an old map. Now, looking at the map here, so the Dread
It's so
Keep.
nice to have my calligrapher skills.
Yes.
Cartography skills.
A few unique things about this map. And again, I'm going to type all this up after the session and give it to you guys, including the shards and everything. But on the map, you notice that the Dread Keep is circled repeatedly in what looks like blood. The Dunvar Pass has a bunch of X's drawn over it, as though someone's trying to block it. There's a small drawing of a city that has a question mark next to it. Based on your knowledge of Jir'Haniya, that looks like it might be the city Demothil, which is a ways west of your current location. The two islands, Corvain and Koharna, both have arrows drawn pointing towards them from the northeast. And there is a little like check mark made in ink near the Burrows crater. Now, besides that map, you also find a suit of armor, and it looks like a very plain set of uninscribed, unadorned silver plate armor. And then in front of that, on a little table, there is a ring with a very simple gold band, and then just one spherical like crystal embedded into it. And it's kind of a pale, just almost opaque white crystal. And then next to that ring, there is a dagger that it looks very it almost looks like a Sting in The Hobbit, but much shorter and smaller, where it just kind of has that slightly rounded blade, but it just has a little, a grip with a small finger guard and then the blade. And then up on the wall near the armor is a long bow that looks like it's made out of like very like slightly pockmarked and like dark gray metal. And then the bowstring looks it looks like regular rope, but it almost looks a little bit see-through just slightly. And that is everything you see in this room. And then you also see an opening in the side of the room, and you see very further down, about 10-15 feet out, it looks like some sunlight perhaps.
Interesting. How decrepit does the app look? Like, if I grabbed it, would it like turn to dust?
Looking at it, you're worried that it might.
I'm going to take our map out and
I can just make a copy of the map.
or that
I have
can
cartographer's tools and
Yeah.
navigator's tools.
go
I also
So
have
I'll
painter
take some time
supplies,
to,
so I
like,
can
measure
help
the
give
map.
Castonic help action if he needs to do any kind of roll to make a copy.
Actually, it's not a super detailed map, so you're able to get all the information I just gave you and preserve any relevant details.
Maybe
in
I'll
about
just add it
10
to the map
minutes.
that we already have
Yeah.
then, instead of
Sure.
making a full new map.
And
Yeah.
I'll wait until he's done and then just say, do you have everything?
Yes.
Actually, before Caston adds those details on the map, I'll ask him to stop and be like, just for our sakes, let's druidcraft the added layer on the map instead, so only you and me can understand it. We can translate it. In case someone finds this map, only someone who knows druidcraft can decipher it.
It's a good plan.
Okay.
We're gonna cipher it. They're gonna cipher. While they're working with the map, I'm gonna sit down and ritual cast detect magic.
Nice. Okay.
And once the
yeah.
map is once the map is
Beware.
copied, once the map is perfectly copied, I'm going to say, I feel like we can't have any traces of where we might be going. Are you good if I destroy
We
this?
should destroy this map.
And I just rip it and throw it to Tabusa, who just spits a quick ball of fire.
It disintegrates easily in the flame.
I see Eremos start to ritual cast detect magic, and I'm like, I suggest we do that when we're out of the mound. I did that earlier, remember?
And he almost died.
And I almost died. You're gonna get a real loud magic frequency pinging in your ears, and you're not gonna like it.
Oh. I thought
Everything
since
in here is magic.
and the
Really
core
quick,
magic
on that note,
would be dissipated.
I was wondering that too.
Yeah, wait, I'm sorry. What did Armo say?
Oh, I'm not muted. I was figuring that since Mol'Karrian is fully resting, and the core has dissipated, that interference is likely gone.
It might be. Feel free to test that out, but I tried and that wasn't great for me.
As
I think the
as an
magic
interest-
is inherent to the mound.
But he did say once he disappeared. I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens. Are you trying to detect magic to find other things here, or are you trying to get magic on these items?
Yeah, get vibes on the items.
I think let's do that once we leave the mound.
Okay.
as a interesting point, Ty, do you mind casting Identify through the tablet
Before we leave.
before we leave?
I can. That's going to summon some things.
That's fine. I'm curious. I'm curious if it was tied to the core as well.
Let's see. What exactly are we dealing with? If I cast Identify, what kind of spell is Identify?
There's shadow demons.
Looking at Josh's face during this.
Oh,
conversation.
actually, it might be fine since it's a divination spell.
I thought the divination summoned the shadow demons.
Oh yeah, divination summons shadow demon. 2 shadow demons.
There, we can take it.
So
And we need to
8
cast it 4
total for
times.
4 items.
Yeah.
But just cast it on one. I just want to see if the tablet still works.
I think the tablet might. Oh, that's a good idea since it's a Mol'Karrian item.
Exactly, because I don't know. I don't want us to be like, man, we're in a really tough spot. Use the tablet. We're like, ah!
Let us get into like a circular flanking position.
Yeah, back to
I
back.
unsheathe my blades and I'm ready.
Let's yeah, well I'm gonna grab
I'm gonna starry bow going.
Okay. I will do that. I will cast Identify through the ring, and if I expend one of my spell slots, I don't have to roll the Arcana check, right?
Correct.
Okay. And then Identify is that a level 1 spell?
It is. Yep. And
Yes.
it's touch.
Then I will do that. And then I'll Identify on the ring.
Use the tablet identified. Let's do it. Get
Just-
back all 270 experience points.
Yeah,
Exactly. And I was like, it's a win-win here. Like, we find out that thing is useless, we toss it out, or hey, we get the experience. we
So-
just lost.
This room is not huge. It's got about a 60-foot diameter. Would you
Okay.
guys be roughly towards the center or not? Where are you guys positioning?
I think wherever
orb?
wherever the like the workbench is at, wherever the table where the ring was at, I think I'll be in front of the table, and then they're gonna like flank, kind of like around me. So hopefully the things spawn in the middle of us.
Okay,
We
perfect.
don't exactly know where these things spawn, just that they come out of the tablet.
Cool.
Can we like ready to have like advantage on initiative for these things since we know they're coming?
Sure.
Okay, ladies.
Because that might help us like just be able to quickly deal with these things.
Totally, yeah. So, yeah, I was actually thinking as soon as we finish this combat and identify some of the items, we would call it. So, probably 20 more minutes, Rex. Is that cool?
Yeah, it's fine.
Perfect. All right, guys, this is perfect timing. So, yeah, as you cast that, it is going to summon the 2 shadow demons. So, I do need everyone to roll initiative, but you guys will get a surprise round since you are readying the way you are.
And I
And-
was holding an attack action as well, like for a reaction as soon as they appear. Yeah.
Perfect.
Would that be part of the surprise round, or would that be separate?
Yeah, I think actually just because normally if you were like readying for an enemy to appear and then it appeared, you would just get that one attack and then it would fall into initiative order. So
Okay.
I want to give you time to take a full turn where you get action, movement, bonus action, and then we'll go into the normal combat order. So you guys will go in the order that you rolled initiative, and then we'll drop into combat order. So
Okay.
Okay.
Right before he summons it, I'm gonna back up 45 feet.
you can't go that far or actually you could, yeah. So way to the back.
Yeah.
Natural 20 for a 25.
I thought we were going to like kind of keep like a circle so we can flank them quickly.
Well, I'm coming right back as a comet.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Got it. And so I got a nat or a 25 for Verkis, yes?
Yep.
And then 12 for Eremos, love it.
We're just drawing regular, not at advantage, right? We're getting
Correct,
surprise
just
rounds.
regular,
Okay.
yeah.
Then I got a 6. No, for 7.
I also got a
7?
7.
Oh, nice.
7.
What are you guys tied? What's your bonus?
My
No,
dex
he's
is
tied.
+3.
So
Also.
tied first.
We're both at +3. My modifier is 16. My dex score, sorry.
Same.
You guys
I'll
get to
go.
choose then. Who wants to go first?
I'll go second since I'm
You-
identifying the ring.
Okay.
Can you send me the ring information since I'll technically have that at the same time that combat happens?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Give me one moment here. I'm just rolling initiative for the shadow monsters.
And then we all have, I guess,
That's
our
also-
prepared actions for this.
Perfect. Let me send you and you cast it on the ring.
Yes.
Great. I wrote these up actually a long time ago before you guys entered the mound, and I rechecked them during prep. But if there's anything about it that is a little bit like, we can do some wiggle room if it doesn't work, because I kind of homebrewed these pretty heavily.
Yeah.
So
we can
if
do it
you,
between sessions, I
Yeah,
think. That way
exact-
we can
that's
see
what I
the
was thinking.
stuff for Rex.
Totally, yeah. No, I was just saying, for all these items, if you guys want to alter them, we can play the Mound of Mol'Karrian card, that they're adaptable slightly, so we can tweak stuff as we go. So, but Victor, I just sent that to you, so you have the ring info, and Verkus, you go first. These two shadow monsters appear. Really quick, just to save time, I'm going to not. Like, there's one that's 5 feet from you, Verkus, and another one that is like 20 feet from you. I'll send you guys a really quick thing of the map, but
Yeah,
this will be a
I'm
pretty
just
quick
gonna
combat.
unload on the one next to me,
Roger.
and using Tavus's reaction to give fire damage on the first hit.
Sweet.
Holy shit.
17 to hit on the first.
Let me double check the monster stats. That's definitely a hit. Map just got uploaded.
Okay, 11 points of magical slashing damage. Because this is using my short sword of vengeance.
Nice. So magical slashing, very cool.
Plus an extra 1 point of fire damage.
Okay.
My next attack is a 22 to hit. Same weapon, because I now get 2 attacks per action.
Level 5, baby.
Yeah. I get 10 points of magical slashing damage with 6 points of fire damage on that one.
Okay, so you, of the 2 shadow demons that appear, you destroy the first one.
Cool.
Oh.
I'm then gonna move to the next one and use my bonus action for another attack.
Great, go for it. So as soon as these things appear, Vergus just and takes it down, and then you move on to the other one. Yeah, easily that 20 feet
What we
away.
were ready
so.
for, yeah.
Yeah, and that's a 23 to hit on the next one.
It absolutely hits.
For 9 points of non-magical damage.
Okay.
Oh, because the offhand weapon. Yep.
9
Do
points
you
of
have the 2-weapon
non-magical.
fighting style?
Yeah, non-magical slashing. Do what?
Do you have the 2-weapon fighting style?
Yep.
Nice.
Comes with the territory. Ranger.
Doesn't Tarvusa also get her attack?
Only if I use my bonus action to give it to them.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Cool. So as you attack at the other shadow monster, it kind of flails away from you, and you definitely do some damage, but not that much because it's non-magical. So very solid. Eremos, you are next. Are you about to erupt into this thing?
Yeah.
Do
I'll
it.
just rush and slam into this next one. He makes a dex save.
Perfect. That's going to be a +2. Let me roll. 12 fails, I imagine. Yes.
Yes, that fails. And I'm trying to remember my damage. I think it's 46. So we'll do the bludgeoning first.
Wait, is it 4d6 of radiance?
No, it's 46, 2 of which is bludgeoning, 2 of which is radiant. If I remember correctly, I did not just reference my sheet.
Okay, no, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so the bludgeoning is halved for resistance, so that's
Right,
9 damage, including the radiant that you just rolled.
Oh, no, I haven't. They were both 10s. That's really good for 46. So it was 10 bludgeoning and 10 radiant.
Oh, that kills it. So cool.
Oh.
Great combat, guys. Awesome. I'm
And then
sorry,
once
Tide and
we-
Gaston, that you guys didn't get to go.
No, I
I'm-
tell Ty, do the next one. I'm going to keep running around.
A quick.
He goes for a minute. I'm ready. I'm going. Woo! Just me run back the other way.
He's just like,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, what should I identify next? And we have a armor ring. I did the ring. We have armor, bow,
And dagger.
and
Dagger.
dagger.
Go for the dagger.
I'll go dagger next.
Great. Let me prep that info. Do you guys, are you cool with keeping the same initiative order just as we go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. We'll make that nice and easy. We got void dagger stuff coming in next.
Well, it's good to
Okay.
know the
tablet still
tablet
works.
works.
still works.
Sure does. All
Yep.
right. Well, let me erase these two shadow guys. So 2 new ones appear in different spots, but not too far. So the way I have it on the map right now is that Verkus, who ran over and attacked the second monster, Eremos slammed into it and destroyed it. Kastan was right near those. So right now, Verkus, Kastan, and Eremos are all close. And Tide, you cast this and summon another 2 shadow monsters. And so those are going to appear a little bit further down in the chamber away from you guys. So those are both about 15 feet from where everyone's clumped together, except Tide, you're a little further because you're identifying items. So as you identify the dagger, just to keep it dynamic here, actually, I'm going to keep the same surprise order going, but I'm going to let Kastan and Tide go next, and then we'll circle back to Verkus and Eremos, and if they're still magically somehow still up, we'll continue that
Okay.
way. So,
Sounds good.
Kastan, you
we're
are
good.
next then.
Yeah,
popping 'em like
Kastan's gonna
balloons.
use his bonus action to attack with the archer starry form bow thing for a total of 21. That's going to be 10 radiant damage.
Nice.
And then if it's still up, he'll take another attack at it. This time using, I'll go with a thorn whip.
Oh, wait, you said 10 radiant for that first one?
Yes.
Sorry, I forgot it has damage vulnerability to radiant. I factored that in earlier, but that kills it, the 10. So
Okay, great. That was my
Cool.
bonus
So
action.
number
then,
1 is down. There's just one more remaining.
So then I will use my action to cast a guiding bolt at the other one.
Great.
That's going to be
Jeez.
a 16 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. That's going to be
Lightning round.
Yeah, like
How much XP can you make up from the bridge?
We lost
That's
like
going to be
200 XP.
14
Well, each of these are
radiant
100,
damage
so
on
keep
that
it up.
one.
14, how much damage? Or what kind?
Radiant.
Boom, that's another one down. Awesome.
explodes
fine.
into confetti. Just
I'm
So
just still sitting
Kastan
here
just-
like, okay, I'm good. I'm gonna keep identifying.
Cool, go for it.
I just shoot 2 quick shots from my bow at each, and they explode in stardust.
That still only counts as 1. No, I'm just kidding. It counts as 2. Very much. Love it. So,
Thank you,
Um,
Gimli.
love that though.
Right, the armor is. I'll identify the armor next.
armor next. It is coming momentarily. And so while I'm sending you the armor, 2 more shadow demons appear, this time kind of back closer to Tide, actually. And so it'll be Tide. You get to react this time because you're kind of getting in the groove of what's happening. So what do you want to do while I send you the armor info?
This tablet has just been nonstop glowing as I'm just like identify, and then I see this thing come up, and then I just guiding bolt it myself at a second level. I'm going to use my advantage from silvery barbs from earlier.
Nice. So is that a deck
need a
save for one of the
second.
monsters?
No, it's a guiding bolt.
Okay, sweet.
I don't know why I'm looking at an actual character sheet when I have mine right here. Let's see, a 13 on the die
That'll
plus
hit.
8.
AC
Yeah.
is 12. That'll hit.
Let's see if I can't kill it with 5d6 radiant damage. I don't know what I'm doing.
Hypothetically, it could survive, but the odds are extremely low.
5, 6. I rolled really low on all of them. 9. I didn't roll higher than a 3. Well, I know I rolled 1 3 in all of those. But I had 5, 8, 12 radiant.
That kills it. So another one bites the dust.
And there's still one more left, and I think that goes back up to Verkus.
It does.
Another one bites the dust.
Very
And
nice.
another one. And another.
Verkus for the next ones?
Yeah, it's 10 feet away from you.
Oh,
There's
okay.
literally
I
just
mean,
one left.
oh, there's one left. Got it. Yeah, I mean, I pop on over and try to Versa fire.
Quit.
Ooh, I don't know. Actually, don't know. 12 to hit?
The AC is 12, so that just barely hits. Yep.
Okay.
These poor shadow demons.
If it wasn't for the fire propulsion of Tavusa's flame, you would have missed.
Probably. 8 points of magical damage plus an extra 2 points of fire. Next attack definitely hits for 20 something. 24 to hit.
Absolutely.
9 points of magical slashing damage.
That kills it.
Cool.
Yeah.
And I still have a bonus action. Just like, come on.
Cool.
I'll use my bonus action to command Tabusa to attack the next Shadow Demon.
Boom. Attack readied. Awesome. Tide, I assume you want that bow, yeah?
I will identify the bow.
All right. That is coming right now. And 2 more appear, and roll that attack for Tavusa.
Cool. So close. So close to an at 20. 25 to hit.
That hits. Absolutely.
For 7 points of piercing fire damage.
So 7 points of piercing and
Fire.
fire?
Yeah.
Oh, just fire? Okay.
Yeah.
It's all fire. Yep.
Sweet. All right, that drops it down to about half HP. Almost half.
That's what
Sweet.
I got.
So Eremos, you are next. There is an undamaged shadow demon about 5 feet from you, and the one that Tavusa just fire blasted 10 feet from you. What would you like to
What
do?
the heck? So, as Tide was identifying, could I not? I mean, I guess I wouldn't have known exactly where they're going to spawn in. So, yeah, I'll just attack the one in front of me.
Did you want the one that's already been? Because again, they're kind of here's the map. Ignore my scribblings around it.
No, I want the undamaged one.
Oh, okay, perfect, cool.
Yep.
And that's an auto hit, right? Does it roll a dex save for your?
So it depends. Like, was there enough time between my last round and this one for me to like back up into the hallway again so I could come back forward and charge, or not?
No, we were kind of doing rapid fire. Or actually, since we've been kind of falling out of order while Ty does these, yes.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. Okay,
right.
so what I would like to do is like crash through that one and then make my attacks on the other one.
That would hit Kastan and Verkus based on their positioning.
Oh, is Comet an AoE or something? Oh, or it was just like the line. I would have to run through all of them. It's
I
fine.
can see here. You can see where you would have to. There's not really any angle where you could hit both enemies without catching them in the middle. You know what I mean?
Okay, so I will just use the common ability on the undamaged one.
Perfect.
So go ahead and make a dex save.
And 8 fails, I imagine.
Yep. And that was max on the bludgeoning damage.
Sweet.
Half is 6, I believe, and then the radiant is 6, doubled to 12. So 18
That kills
total.
it. Yep, you annihilate number 2.
And then
Well
I'll use
done.
my action to yeet a null spear at the other one.
Yes, do it.
Yeah.
Roll an attack.
Okay, let's see. Roll 1d20 plus 4.
That hits.
12. Yep.
Just
Okay.
barely.
let's Roll damage. Max damage. That's 4. After reduction, non-magical piercing damage.
Okay,
And I'll throw another spear.
go for it.
Dirty 20.
Yeah, dirty 20 hits for sure.
Yep. And that's another 3 after reduction. So
Okay.
7 total from 2 spears to that guy.
Nice. It is still barely standing, but both these spears hit it and it kind of staggers back. So, Kastan, it is your chance to finish this thing off.
Taking a shot with my bow. That's going to be a 21 to hit.
That hits absolutely.
9 radiant damage.
That destroys it.
I just want to
Overkill.
say, like, I can't help but imagine that as we're casting Identify, like, these shadow demons are probably, like, chilling out. Like, I don't know, maybe at the Shadow Demon Tavern. And they're just like, yeah, did you see what happened to Bill?
Shadow Demon Tavern.
Yeah, just in their shadow demon
And just
suburb, living their
Two of
shadow
them get
demon
randomly pulled, and like, well, fuck. Like,
Fred,
I just
no!
ordered dinner. What's happening?
this is new and we hate it.
Literally, it's Tide standing amongst all 4 of these items, ritual casting to know exactly what these items are. The 3 of us, you're running around just like squashing these guys and attacking them. Verkus is like slashing at them with fire. I'm firing at them with these bow shots. I took 1 shot. It's like, this was too close. Nah.
I picture like one of those shots they use in the Avengers movies where it's kind of rotating
Yeah.
around all the heroes, but it's just tied there, casting it while everyone's just wrecking these shadow demons.
And
And
there's
the
just
fact
the
that
one
we
time I'm just like, ooh no. Like
Yeah.
And the fact that we struggled with these things so much the first time, and now it's just like,
when we were level like
Dead.
3.
yeah,
dead,
we're
dead,
just flicking
dead.
them away now.
Yeah.
It's great.
Amazing.
Well,
I think
guys,
that's all of them. Yeah.
yes, you have identified all 4 items. We are going to end the session momentarily. I want 2 things to happen before we end in a few minutes. First, I want Tide, if you want to share what you've identified about these items.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I'd love that.
Yes, I will post all 4 of them, but there's the supernova ring, which gives the wearer a +1 to strength, dex, and con saves. And as a
Ooh.
bonus action, you can activate the ring, which for a d6 rounds ups your AC +3 and gives you resistance to lightning, fire, thunder, and radiant damage.
Jeez.
And you do an extra, it's XD4, where X equals your level in damage anytime you deal damage. And then I think all of these have, well, no, this and the bow have the same effect. Whenever they're activated, you roll a d20. On a nat 1, your HP is permanently reduced by 1, and you die if your max HP becomes 0. On the ring, from a 2, if you roll a 2 to an 8, you take X d6 psychic damage, where X is your level. A 9 through 19, nothing happens, but if you roll a 20, until heal wearer until the HP isn't max, and within the 30-foot radius, I can choose whether or not someone takes XD12 radiant or fire damage or healing. So that's pretty similar on both of the ring and the bow, except the bow. Let me see. It's a heavy bow. It can use dex. The string is ethereal and can only be seen with the passive perception of 15.
I forgot about that, yes.
Which is
When I
really
was
dumb.
describing it. Yeah.
But when you pull it, you create a light arrow. This bow has a +3 to attack. It uses the dex skill. It does a d12 +3 force damage on a hit. And upon the arrow hitting, before the force damage is rolled and dealt, the wielder can choose to amplify this strike. You can roll 1. So
one
it's
up to your level D8. It's your choice.
Oh, so you can choose. Yeah, so you can choose how many
1 to
d8s
5.
up to your level to apply to this. But the wielder is going to take half of that as fire damage rounded up, and the target takes that as radiant or force or fire damage. So it's a
That's
hit or
amazing.
miss. You take your own damage, it's half, but like it hits the other one. This one though is a little bit different. Your max HP is lowered by 1 on a nat 1. On a 2 or a 3, you have to make a wisdom or con save of 25 or take a level of exhaustion. 4 to 19, nothing happens, but at a nat 20, it's the same healing effect that you can have. Let's see.
The dagger's a little weird, and then the armor's a little more straightforward.
Yeah, the dagger's a little bit odd, so I'll do that one last. The armor can be any kind of armor type. And anytime the wearer is hit, roll a con or wisdom save. DC is 50% of the damage dealt rounded to the nearest integer. And on a success, you deal XD6 necrotic damage to the creature who hit you. But on a fail, you take, okay, and the X is wearer's level. But on a fail, it's YD12 necrotic damage, where Y equals the DC minus the saving throw. And the wearer has vulnerability to psychic and radiant damage, but resistance to bludgeoning and slashing. I've actually realized I haven't actually shared these, so if you guys want to follow along.
Yep, sorry. Yeah, so for that one, like, if the DC for the save is 20, and you rolled a 10, you would then take 10 d12 necrotic damage.
Oh my god.
Yes.
That's not an optional save. Like every time I get hit, that happens.
Oh, that's just the ring. I wanted to copy
Yeah,
all
but
of
it also gives you the AC of any armor type you want. And actually, that one I want to work on because I want to make it even in higher armor class to counteract those possible negatives from hits. You know, because it gives you it gives you some resistances, but also some vulnerabilities. So I'm gonna play with that one in between sessions, and I'd love your guys' input on that.
Okay.
Yep.
And
And
then
then
the
the
Void
void
Dagger.
dagger is interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty chunky one. I guess let me copy that one. Jir'Haniya.
And sorry, I described it wrong earlier because I was trying to go quick, but it's a slightly curved dagger made of a metal that completely absorbs all light. So it's completely just like true blackness.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
when a creature stares at it for a minute, they have to make a 23 wisdom save. And on a success, they can look at the dagger with no effect for 12 hours, but on a fail, they become stunned for 2d6 hours.
Hours?
I could
Hours.
fix that much sooner.
The dagger has finesse and is a +3. It deals 1d4 +3 piercing. When a creature is hit by the dagger, the wielder can, before dealing the piercing damage, activate Void Pulse, which when activated, the wielder rolls xd4, and the wielder takes that total as necrotic or psychic, and the target takes that twice the total as necrotic or psychic. But then as an action, you can rupture reality, and the wielder must stab themselves with the void dagger. It's an auto crit dealing 2d4 +3. And once the damage is applied, if the wielder is still conscious, the wielder can roll xd4 minus 2x, where minute equals 1. The wielder may move.
Minimum equals 1.
Sorry, minimum equals 1. The wielder can move back time by that many hours. This undoes everything that occurred during the time. The wielder retains memory of what happened in the previous timeline, but any mental effects from magic or psychic damage that damage are removed and erased. Immediately after doing this, the wielder rolls a d8, where R equals the number of times the wielder has ever used rupture reality, and the wielder permanently loses that much HP and dies at 0.
What's you guys' gut reaction on these weapons? I was trying to be really unique and out of the box. Too
They're out
much,
there.
not cool. What do you guys think of them?
Dear
We can
God.
change them if you guys don't like them. I'm totally open to that.
I mean, I dig them, but dear God.
They're very high risk, high reward.
That's what I was going for with them. Yeah.
Like, I'm not a dagger guy, but I'm kind of digging the dagger.
It's like a redo dagger.
Yeah.
Holy heck.
But like that many hours.
Yeah.
So like we would have to redo that many hours of like, but I mean then we could plan again, but then you lose that much in max HP. Like,
well, but only the wielder of the dagger has any knowledge or memory of what happened prior.
Yeah, but they can share it.
Yeah.
Or do you guys want to add a mechanic where, like, let's say you roll for it and you can turn back time 8 hours, but you only want to turn it back 1 hour? Do you? I think it's better if you don't have control, or do you want to have control of how much?
not having
No control. I
it
don't
makes
think
sense
it
to
makes
have control.
I like this. Well, guys, I think because I know Rex has a super early morning, so I want to let you guys go. But in between our next session, if you guys have ideas for adjustments, let's vote on it. I definitely want these items to be very high risk, high reward, and I want them to be the kind of thing where you guys are protecting them during most of the campaign, and then you're really not going to use them unless you're really backed up against the wall or towards the end of the big campaign where I'm going to be able to throw some real weird stuff at you guys.
Right.
So if you guys have ideas on how you want to change that, let's communicate. But I do want to say, as you guys are discussing these crazy magical items you found, you notice that outside in that sunlight, you do see movement. It looks like a large group of humanoids outside the mound, and that's where we'll end it.
Fantastic.
God, those items.
But I posted you guys did gain back your XP that was lost and then some with your 800 Shadow Demon farming there. So
Is that enough to? No, it's not enough to level us, right?
I think
Not yet.
it's
Well,
not
800
quite.
minus 270.
It is so close.
It's very
puts
close.
We
us
should
to-
be at a total of 13,280 experience out of 14,000 to get to the next level.
I'm at 13,370. Oh wait, I don't think I removed XP from the second time.
You need to remove your 270 XP.
What are we supposed to be at?
I haven't
have
done that math yet because we've been
13,280.
playing.
What was that?
My
13?
current is at 13,280, and I did subtract and add as we were going.
Okay.
That sounds correct. Yeah,
All right.
I didn't put it in a calculator, but that sounds right.
No worries. I was just like, oh wait, I don't think I did the second one. But
Do we get XP for releasing Mol'Karrian and clearing the mound altogether?
next session.
Once
You guys
we
will
leave,
soon. Yes.
That's fine. That's fine. No problem. I'm very happy with my level 5. That's great. All right. I'll talk to you guys later.
Of course.
Have a
You have a
good
good
night.
one, Rex. Thank you
Have a
everyone
good
for
night, Rex.
Adventures in Jir'Haniya.